The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys? Yeah!
Go Cowboys!
Blowing out of the backfield, exploding down the sideline.
This is Hangin' with the Boys, presented by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Now, your hosts, Nate Newton, Kurt Daniels, Jesse Holley, and Shannon Gross.
Thursday, you're looking live at Tostitos Championship Plaza outside Ford Center at the Star in Frisco, Texas, where it is 53 degrees, feels like 41. The high is 53, the low is 35.
Some kids might have been jumping on those presents. They got the security guard standing in front of them.
Uh-oh.
You can pull it back up, Chris? Can you pull it? They got security standing in front of them. Somebody been jumping on that stuff out there. That is Shannon. He is Nate. This is Kurt. In the back is Chris. I am Salt and Pepper Poppy. Together, we make Hanging with the Boys, the sports talk equivalent of Braille. People feel us when we speak.
Brought to you each and every day by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Sad news today.
Although we come
The same
to the
day that he was announced, the Walter Payton, Cowboys Walter Payton Man of the Year nominee, right?
Yep.
Still
Zack Martin.
let go.
You think this is it?
That's it.
Yeah.
It or just it for the season?
It.
Ankle surgery announced, a couple hours ago probably came out, hour or so ago.
Yeah.
So
Todd Archer had a post. There is some contract things they could work out where he could possibly come back next year. It would help him on the cap if he did, but whether he wants to or not, I don't know.
kind of a supervisory role.
Where's that ranch at again, Chris? Oklahoma? Where's his ranch at? Somewhere in Idaho?
Oh, no.
He's technically signed for next year too, I think, or
Yeah.
it was pushed out. So
That sucks. Well, thinking about you, Zach.
Yeah.
Man, if this is the end, what a hell of a career, huh?
great career. Yeah.
Let's don't even talk about this being the end, because maybe he decides he wants. How hard is it when you get to the end of your career, Nate, and you know like something like this comes up, and you know mentally how you have to prepare and what you physically have to go through to get back to football shape and work through, or you can just say, you know what, I'm done. And I can save 8 months of my life by not having to rehab this and spend every single day on a training table. I just want to ride off into the sunset. That's got to be the fight that's going on mentally, right? Like
For him, yes. For me, I knew. But the Carolina Panthers, thank you. They wanted to give me an extra year of checks. I took them. Then the next year, my agent told me, you want to try again? I said, is anybody calling and paying? He said, no. I said, well, no, I don't want to try again. Yeah, I mean, but it's hard to turn down the money. But the thing is, he's had a super career, and he can go in a lot of different directions.
Yeah.
Super
smart guy, too.
Yeah, so
do whatever he wants.
He can do whatever he wants. And believe me, Mr. Jones will bend over backwards for guys of that quality to help them further their careers and wherever they want to go with it.
Jesse, were you ever close with anybody that was kind of faced with that dilemma where it's like you have an injury and you could probably come back for a year or two more, but the work you're going to have to put in and the mental space you're going to have to be in to get back to that, and you have to kind of weigh that out to where it's like, man, do I really want to do this?
Nah, can't say that I was close to anybody, knew anybody that was like that. Most of the time, you don't get the you don't get to walk off into the sunset. Most of the time, they push you out.
Yeah, it's usually not on your
know what I
terms.
mean? It's usually not on your terms. Very few people get to make it on their terms. You know what I mean? Like, that's a luxury. That's a privilege to go, yep, this is it for me. This is my this will be my tour. And at the end of this year, hang it up. But, Zach's already talked about, or it's been talked about, him retiring at the end of this year. So it's been on his mind. And this kind of just almost stamps it and says, what more do I have to prove?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? As far as, you want to win the championship. But this team isn't a Zack Martin coming back away from a Super Bowl run. I think that is a little bit different. It's like when you look up, if this team was like fighting for a Super Bowl or in the last couple of years had been to a Super Bowl, and then you're like, man, we're close. I can gut it out for one more, see if we can't get there. Kind of almost like Travis Kelce a little bit, not Travis Kelce.
His brother.
Travis Frederick?
No, Jason Kelce.
The brother.
When he was like, I'll come on back for one more run. Maybe.
Yeah.
But for Zach, it's
no rebuild there.
There's no, that's the hard part. It's like rebuild my body up for what?
Right.
I don't have anything else personally to prove.
My resume's written.
It's written. Like,
one more year is not gonna.
No, like one more year is only gonna delay his 5-year countdown to Canton. You know what I mean? Because him coming back doesn't put this team in a position of Super Bowl. And if for some crazy offseason miracle and the Joneses and the front office goes high level free agency shopping and put a team together, you're telling me the only thing that's stopping him from coming back is Brock Hoffman? You know what I mean? Like if he gets to April and May and he's feeling good and he looks up and he goes, oh, they put together they didn't went and got this high level free agent. They gonna make a run. They went and signed this high level free agent. They trying to make a run?
Hold my beer.
Dak out there twisting right.
Yeah, like not what's stopping him from coming back and say, hey, call Jerry and tell him I'll take a 1-year $10 million deal, fully guaranteed, and I'll be there.
He's already signed, so.
Well, yeah, that's fine. I'll tell him I'll be there at training camp.
No, you're, obviously you hate to see this happen. But you're always in favor for the young guys getting some playing time. What does this mean for Brock Hoffman now?
That we're gonna see if he can sustain it. What he's shown earlier, we're gonna see if he can sustain it because the tape is slowly building on him.
And just see how many people he can piss off between now and the end of the year.
Yeah.
That'll be the fun thing to watch. All right, Nate, it's a big day for you.
No,
this is a big day.
No, it's not.
2 years in the making. All right, Joe Burrow's coming to town. Let's have it, Nate. This is your segment.
He's first in passing yards, yards per game, passing touchdowns with 30, third in QBR, and fourth in passer rating. I heard something on the fan where it's only been a handful of quarterbacks like You heard it? Can you
keep talking? I got the stat for you.
Yeah,
keep talking.
This guy is supposed to be at least won 11 games. He's supposed to be 11 and something.
His performance,
based on his performance alone, and then you add in Chase, and this is,
and they got a nice running back too.
We criticized the Cowboys for not testing the free agent market. They should just go out right now and try to find everybody they can on defense.
So, and this is from Bobby Belt.
Yes, sir. Listen to this.
Quarterbacks with 30-plus touchdowns.
Thank you, Bobby Belt.
And 5 or fewer interceptions through the first 12 games of the season. These are the quarterbacks, and this is their record. In 2007, Tom Brady's 12-0. 2011, Aaron Rodgers 12-0. 14, Aaron Rodgers 9-3. 18, Drew Brees 10-2. 2020, Patrick Mahomes 11-1. Aaron Rodgers in 2020 9-3. Joe Burrow 2024 4-8. Statistically, right now, Joe Burrow, and I'll hand it back to Nate. Joe Burrow statistically is having a better season in 2024 than he did when he finished second in the MVP votings in 2022.
With a hurt wrist, with a beat up body.
Any chance he'd be in the MVP running this time around?
No.
Because of their record.
They won't separate the defense. And that's too bad.
You had a stat similar to that earlier this week. What was it? It was something very similar.
I don't remember.
I think it was that.
I think it was the same thing, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd say
so Bobby Belt should have credited you because you said it like on Tuesday.
What?
That same stat. Maybe even Monday.
You did.
Did I say that one?
Yeah, you totally forgot about it.
Did I not credit him for it?
You know, too many shows, bro.
I won way too many shows.
I tell her here, man, I'm glad you kept it because
I am
I've
on
been-
shows. I forget what I say.
This guy, and Jesse cracked the joke, but it was a serious,
worth
joke
repeating, so.
about this kid has been throwing to pro players even in college. And I thought back to what he said just so I could add to it. Even at Ohio State, when he was the backup, he was throwing to pro players. And so in his mind, because him and his dad is close, in his mind, and his dad mind say, son, you throwing the pros, just don't miss them. Yeah. And it just carried on. I like him. I've always liked him. And especially his maturity of going to LSU, having he was with Brady then. I think the offensive coordinator was
Joe Brady.
Brady. And he just had an average year as a first-year guy, his sophomore, junior year, and then his next year, he won a national championship. And to be able to corral all those alpha males at LSU, where football is everything, the only thing, that was special.
Yeah.
That was special.
So how do they slow this guy down?
What you do is you get the ball first. When they flip the coin, you have a double-headed head coin, and you hit. And when they hit whatever hit, you say, "That's what we want. We want the ball," and we score 6 every time we touch the ball, and we score first, and we score often, and we don't turn the ball
Long
over.
drives.
Which things of those is this team not good at doing this year? All the above, maybe? Scoring first, scoring
Opening
6,
drive,
scoring
yeah.
often.
It's going. I don't think
Hopefully they got a double-headed coin.
Do they have an opening drive touchdown this year? I don't think they have an opening drive touchdown this year. I think they
wanna
were
say
cose.
They just did. Like they
They had a third quarter touchdown.
Yeah.
Hey,
But to answer or try to answer Kurt's question, Joe Burrow, like the offense, the player is red hot right now. Like he's playing some really, 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 really good football. But I think the one thing that has been successful at confusing him as to get him hesitating, to get him off kilter a little bit, his offensive line. I mean, what a poor job Cincinnati has done in the years of Joe Burrow with not putting an offensive line in front of him. Like I know they try to sign Lyle and some other guys, but he has had, talk about an embarrassment of riches. The Cowboys, I don't think you understand how good you've had it over the years. The times where you were, even when you go back to the Ron Leary days, the Ron Learys and when you had Zach and Ron Leary and Travis Frederick and Tyron Smith, like I don't think you really, really, truly understand. And that's side note. That's part of when you think about how Zack Martin is getting ready to end his career. There was a time where it was Tyron and Travis and Zach. And, that line was you wanted to take that and have a bigger
That's
showing
your window
of
was
success.
so huge.
Because you look at a guy like Joe Burrow, who is everything you want in a quarterback. Smart, can make all the throws, mobile, tough. And boy, does he take a beating behind that offensive line. If you could ever just throw the kitchen sink and money and pesos and yen and whatever you want to call it at getting him an offensive line that can keep him upright for for the majority of the season. Like he's doing 30 plus touchdowns and 5 or fewer interceptions behind an offensive line that ain't that good.
PFF, you know how Kurt loves PFF, has them ranked 31st in the NFL as an offensive line.
It's bad.
And he makes them look way better.
Is he that good that he's able to overcome that? Is that like what makes him so good? Is it his reads? Is it his knowledge of the game? Is it
It's his
accuracy?
pocket presence. It's his pocket presence. It's his understanding. It's his getting the ball out quickly. He has a strong arm. He takes some sacks. Takes a lot of hits. But like I said, he moves around the pocket. One of the things that the Cowboys have been doing and should continue to do, it's a Mike Zimmer staple, is getting to that double A gap look. That's where you see those two linebackers standing on both sides of center.
Yes.
Right? You see Micah, and sometimes it's Micah and Overshown, and sometimes it's Micah and it's Kendricks, whatever the combination is. Because what they've been doing. No, let's do this. Let's take our break. Let's take a break, and then when we come back, I'll tell you more about the double-A gap and how Zim and the defense should do it to kind of throw Joe Burrow off a little bit.
All right, be right back. Hanging with the boys.
Don't miss.
How's Wingstop sound? Crispy, juicy classic wings, sauced and tossed in those 11 soul-satisfying flavors. Paired with hand-cut seasoned fries, house-made honey mustard, blue cheese, or signature Wingstop ranch. I think you've heard enough. Get your flavor delivered at wingstop.com.
This is Nate Newton from Hanging with the Boys, and Wingstop is here to bring the flavor to game day as the official wings of the Dallas Cowboys. Order now by downloading the Wingstop app or ordering online at wingstop.com.
Hey, Cowboys fans, the 2024 football season is here, and SeatGeek is here to help you experience all the action. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the touchdown celebrations this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Cowboys football games or to any other live event, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official primary ticketing partner of the Dallas Cowboys. The most disruptive idea in ticketing? A ticket that works. Expect the expected. SeatGeek.
How about them Cowboys? Or how about them Tyson Cowboys Nuggets? As we cheer for the stars on the field, we love that we've also got some stars on our plate, thanks to Tyson brand star-shaped Cowboys Nuggets. They sure make game day special, and for every purchase of the new Tyson Cowboys Nuggets this holiday season, Tyson Foods will donate $1 to the Salvation Army up to $100,000. As you enjoy your stars on and off the plate, remember, tailgates and game day have always been Tyson.
We got big personalities. We got big hair, big belt buckles. We got fans all across this big state and enemies in every other one. We even got a big star on the 50-yard line. Smirnoff knows football is a we thing, an experience that is best enjoyed together. With good drinks and good folks home or away, we rally together. We cry together, and we always rally cry together because, most of all, we got big love for them boys. Smirnoff, we do game days. Please drink responsibly.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
Welcome back to the second segment of Hanging with the Boys, brought to you each and every day by blockchain.com. Thank you, blockchain.com. And we will get to the 7-Eleven live read maybe next
Blank
segment.
screen you see up there.
Because
Shannon scrambling for
Kurt!
Yes.
Swing by
Right.
your local 7-Eleven and grab your favorite item from the roller grill.
Get that glizzy.
Then enjoy a big gulp.
Oh, big gulp, son.
For
Why
just
you always lick your tongue out when that come on?
80.
Wait a second.
80. Let me touch
Maybe
that
I need
tongue,
a-
Kurt.
maybe I need a hot dog and
And a big
a
goat.
big goal.
Get him a hot dog and a big goat. He do something strange.
Why Shannon hold your hand?
Get you that.
They do got them soft and supple hands.
Get you that glizzy off the roller grill. Get you a big gulp for 89 cents. It's valid at participating stores. Fill up on Pump 8 and get ready for game day. All right. Jesse, you were saying before we went to break.
Yeah,
Set it back up.
Kurt had asked a question on what do the Cowboys have to do defensively to stop this red-hot Joe Burrow and the Bengals offense. And I wanted to just talk a little bit about what Mike Zimmer has been doing over the last couple of weeks. This defense has found their way a little bit. And the Bengals offensive line, and not really good. Center's decent. The right guard, Alex Kappa, like he's what you call mouse in the house. Like he's the one you go, yeah, you. You're the guy that we're going.
Which one?
Kappa.
Oh, okay.
You're the one that we're gonna target. Orlando Brown Jr. He's had his ups and downs at the left tackle position. Mims is okay, younger guy. But one of the things that Zim has been doing, and he's been using this, and this has been a Mike Zim staple for as long as he's been a defensive coordinator. It's the double-A gap blitz. And you take the center, and right over both shoulders, the right and left center, you'll have two linebackers or two rushers standing right over top of him. And sometimes Mike blitz him right in between those gaps. Sometimes he blitz one, drops one in the coverage. You know, sometimes he plays some games otherwhere. Sometimes he'll have them standing there, and all of a sudden they'll back out into the flats, and they'll bring two guys off the ends as those other blitzers, trying to get the offensive line to miscount, right? Because when they mug up in there, the center and the guards are now pointing, saying, hey, you take him, you take him. And when I watched the Pittsburgh tape, what the Bengals were doing was they were motioning their tight end back in there. They were motioning their back in there, and they would kind of have those guys playing like the personal protector. You know how like the guy standing right behind the center? Mm-hmm. So they're doing that, but even then they're still missing the count because they're pointing and you got him, I got him, and then the ball snaps, and two guys go to the same guy that they just had pointed at. You go that way, you go that way. Here comes a guy one-on-one. You know, here comes a defensive tackle one-on-one with the tight end or with the running back. And what that does is it puts the pressure right in the mug of Joe Burrow. And I put a quick little video out this morning, and I talked about for Joe Burrow, if you're going to have success on him, you got to make him flinch. You got to make him – you have to take away his first read so that now he's double pumping and double clutching the football, right? Because if he gets back there and he snaps the ball and he got his read going and he can catch it and deliver it, you're in trouble. You don't want him to get in that rhythm, but you want to be able for him to get the ball, and now it's, oh, not there. Oh, because his line can't hold up enough for him to go second, third read or 1-2 back to one. You know what I mean? Like he'll go first read, not there, second read, back to one again. The line won't hold up for that. So a lot of what he has to do is he has to be able to get to that first read or get to that second read right now. And you'll see, you know, going out to the backs, you'll see the tight ends, and that'll probably be one of my numbers tomorrow. But when you see Joe Burrow, if he gets a chance to have time back there, I don't care who's out there defending those guys. I don't.
So you got to get pressure this week.
You have to find a way, but the pressure in his mug, and he's mobile. So like when you get home, you got to get there because he has really good pocket presence. You know, two hands on the ball, and he's moving up in the pocket, shift around in the pocket. He'll step up if the lane presents itself. And it's the last resort. He'll take off. Yeah. He'll take off when you get a couple yards here and there. But if he can step up in that pocket, sometimes his balls aren't as accurate when he has to step up. Or if you have to chase him out to his left. The right, he's a little bit better, but chase him out to his left. That's how you get Joe Burrow kind of playing backyard football. And I'm not saying that he's good. Right, he'll still complete passes, but the percentages of the passes that he completes when he's playing backyard football, opposed to when he's playing in the pocket football, is markedly different. And if he's allowed to sit in that pocket and play traditional quarterbacking from the pocket, and you're not able to get the pressure that you need on him, you're in trouble. You are, and that's when you talk about the points. The 28, the 30s, the 35-point games is because it's on the arm of Joe Burrow.
He's 6'4". I didn't realize he was that tall.
Yeah.
6'4",
man.
215.
So I was wondering, like, would you, because, you know, is our pass rush going to get to him, so you would prefer they blitz instead of dropping more guys back?
If he'll eat you apart. Like he doesn't, if you, with Dak, you know how Dak struggles with having to read through multiple layers of defense and all that. He will eat your lunch if you let him sit back there and sift through. I don't give a damn how many people you drop in. You could bring two more guys off the sideline and have 13 guys out there. He'll sift through it, and he has the arm to make any throw. Deep, short, intermediate, sideline, hash, whatever you want. Yeah. However you want it, he'll give it to you. You got to get him off his spot.
And whoever the offensive coordinator is great at working with him and the receivers, because even when he has to escape the pocket, you don't see a lot of him waving guys around and moving guys around. It's like they run layers of routes.
Yeah. Their head coach is their offensive coordinator, Zack Taylor.
Man, he is nice because you never see him panicking, talking about. And you know what I'm saying? How you see most quarterbacks trying to direct somebody? It just seems like number 1, a number 5, a number 30 is always open. The 30 is the running back.
Chase Brown.
And 5 is
Tee Higgins.
and number 1 is
Jamar Chase.
something about them single numbers, boy, been killing us this year. I'm telling you, they are. It's like he's always open, man. I wouldn't mind seeing a young Belichick Patriots go against this when they had Tom Brady, and they probably would like to see how he would attack the Cincinnati Bengals.
Who was their running back to start the year? He got hurt, right? Chase Brown's their guy now, right?
You're thinking of he's not there anymore. He's in Houston. They used to have Joe Mixon.
Yeah, Mixon.
He's in Houston.
Okay.
He's
All
in
right.
Houston.
So Chase Brown.
He ran over us a couple weeks ago. Remember?
Yeah, I remember. Having him on one of my fantasy teams.
Stop, man.
Yeah.
Can't let it go, kid.
He threw touchdowns.
Whenever you get a shot.
Well, I'm just calling a spade a spade.
Why are you taking my papers? My papers.
You can have them, man. You can have 'em, man. All I know is we got to score. We got to score touchdowns. We got to score often. We got to score early. We got to get the ball
Gotta
first.
win the coin flip.
We got to get turnovers.
And you know what? And I said this maybe 2 or 3 days ago, about Micah Parsons and him being fresher. And I think a lot of that has to do with him missing those 4 games. I don't wish injury on anybody, but what you're able to see now, I think Micah has about 6.5 sacks on the season. He's 5 in the last couple of games that he's been playing in. But you're seeing a much fresher Micah. You're seeing him at closer to fuller strength than you have in the past. Normally, this time of year is where we look around and we go, "Hey, 11, where you at?" Because you see the numbers dip, the pressures that dip, and the sacks numbers dip, and a lot of this stuff, people ask the question, well, what has happened to the Cowboys defense? And it seemed like it's coming together more. Yeah, it's number 11. He's back into the fold. He's fresher, and also Mike Zim, because when you're trying to put in a system, or your system, it's always 2 parts. It's like, all right, here's where I think we should start. And then you get into it and you either have injuries or you run into a spot where you go, this person can't do that. So now I have to figure out who can do what. I think Mike Zim has found a defensive line rotation that's been pretty good with Osa and with Golston and what's the old? He got
Lawson.
Who?
Lawson or Joseph?
Lawson.
55, Lawson.
So he's found a rotation that's giving him an opportunity to go, all right, this is our base. This is where we're going. Overshown. Remember, he couldn't get on the field before Maris Louisville. And it was like
Marifal.
Yeah.
Never forget.
I could have helped you.
Never forget.
And then it was like, well, on second thought, let's get him out there on the football field. So they found some things that have been working for them. I don't know if Trayvon Diggs will be available. He did the walkthrough yesterday. I don't know if
He has to play.
What his status will be. To have him and Deron Bland gives you a little bit more comfort because you're saying, all right, Tee Higgins, Jamar Chase, and Diggs for the most part has done pretty well against Jamar Chase. But
Jamar even said.
No, don't say that out loud because that's not a real thing. Okay. I don't want you to say that. I don't want you to fall into that trap. Okay. But Tee Higgins and Jamar Chase pose a problem. But if you have Deron Bland and Trayvon Diggs, that's a better situation for them to hold up. And now you can leave Jordan Lewis in that slot. But if you don't have one of them, now we're playing musical chairs again. And does Jordan Lewis go outside? And Jordan Lewis goes outside, then what side is he going to? Because, I like Jordan Lewis like the next man likes Jordan Lewis. I think he's tough, gritty, good football player. He don't want that smoke with Jamar Chase. And then if you have to go against Tee Higgins, it's 6'5", 6'6" against the 5'8" guy. Oof. That won't work out for you in the long run, throughout the course of the game. So it's a lot. It's a lot.
Do they have the best receiver combo in the league?
Hang on, let's wait. We got to take a break because that's a really big conversation with some really big dudes. We need to spend some time on Jamar Chase. Before we go to break, here's some not so reassuring facts that Kurt gave us. Oh. Cincinnati is second in the NFL in red zone offense at 71.1%. The Cowboys defense is last at defending in the red zone at 76.
Well, you sure worked hard this day.
9%.
Wow.
And here's another not so reassuring fact. We know how the Cowboys' scoring woes in the first quarter. Cincinnati has outscored their opponents 69-38 in the first quarter. The Cowboys have been outscored 35-85.
You ain't under the weather now. You sure dig it up.
Sorry.
Yeah, you can't afford to get down early in these games.
And the Cowboys are only a 5-point underdog. So,
But at home, that's a lot.
Yeah, that's
a lot at
it's
home.
against a 4-18. That's
yeah,
a little surprising.
that lost their last game.
Last two.
Man, your mom should have brought in some cinnamon buns.
I told you before the holidays. All right, let's take our last break. When we come back,
That way
let's
we can
talk
get
about
full of sugar and pumped up.
let's
He
talk
always asks
about
his mom's buns.
both
Bring
the
in those
Chases,
buns.
Cinnamon buns.
both
Stop.
the Chases and Tee Higgins when we come back for the final segment of Hanging with
Do
the
you want a
Boys.
higgy?
How's Wingstop sound? Crispy, juicy classic wings, sauced and tossed in those 11 soul-satisfying flavors. Paired with hand-cut seasoned fries, house-made honey mustard, blue cheese, or signature Wingstop ranch. I think you've heard enough. Get your flavor delivered at wingstop.com.
This is Nate Newton from Hanging with the Boys, and Wingstop is here to bring the flavor to game day as the official wings of the Dallas Cowboys. Order now by downloading the Wingstop app or ordering online at wingstop.com.
Hey Cowboy fans, I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. But lately, I've been learning a new game, crypto. Sound confusing? Don't worry, even us pros were rookies in crypto once. That's why I trust blockchain.com. They make crypto easy. No confusing jargon, just the tools to help you win.
Prescott keeps it, slides with a first down.
Invest like your icons, where everyone is a rookie in crypto with blockchain.com.
Perfect throw, my goodness. Wow, did he ever thread the needle?
Visit blockchain.com/cowboys to get started.
Fall is here, and that means football is back, bringing all the delicious game day foods with it. As you prep for all the big games, tailgates, and watch parties, let Yo Quiero be your one-stop destination for all things home gating. Yo Quiero's fresh, flavorful, ready-to-serve guacamole, made with real Hass avocados, will score taste bud touchdowns as you cheer on the Cowboys. Yo Quiero's wide range of mouth-watering and versatile products can be found in your local grocery store's produce or deli section. Grab some today.
Hey, Cowboys fans, a 2024 football season is here, and SeatGeek is here to help you experience all the action. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the touchdown celebrations this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Cowboys football games or to any other live event, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official primary ticketing partner of the Dallas Cowboys. The most disruptive idea in ticketing? A ticket that works. Expect the expected. SeatGeek.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
Welcome back to the final segment of Hanging with the Boys, brought to you each and every day by Jigsaw, the proud dating partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
Jigsaw.
Thank you, Jigsaw. All right. Let's talk about that man,
That other
Jamar
man.
Chase. Yeah, they got a lot of, they got a couple of the man on their team, right? Is he the best? I think him and Tee Higgins are probably the best 1-2 duo in the league. I mean, the guys in Philly probably have something to say about that, right? Is he the best receiver in the league? It's him and
Justin
Jefferson, and then everybody else.
And everybody else. Tyreek Hill used to be in that conversation. Not so much anymore. But I think those two are, we do Patrick Mahomes, we put them in, then we say, all right, everyone else.
Right.
I think
Those are the receivers.
And it's so crazy. Like, these are the dudes that Joe Burrow was throwing to in college.
college, yeah.
That's why I wondered if he'd be a good pro, because he had such great talent in college.
It's crazy.
Because none of the Bama quarterbacks except the kid in Miami, he keep running into things,
So they might be. I'm trying to think that.
So you got the dudes in Philly, right? Mm-hmm. Who else is even that strong at 1-2?
What do that
Tank Dell and Miko Collins, maybe?
The letters that you like,
level.
where they rank with the people that you like?
They have
both
actually
guys?
Tee Higgins ranked 4th, and Chase ranked 17th for some reason. That's weird.
Where you cannot reference their site anymore. That's a disgrace.
Yeah, that's You got to question some of their stuff.
Yeah, that's they probably have some weird metric that they just that's like, it's like, whoa, but the percentages say that. But T. Higgins and Jamar Chase are probably the best duo.
What makes Jamar Chase so good for people that haven't watched him?
There's nothing he can't do. You can't press him.
Is he fast?
Fast. I mean, he's not a 4-2, 4-3 guy, but he's fast. Mm-hmm. You can't press him. He runs great routes. He catches the ball in any angle you need him to catch him to. He can take a slant to the house. He can take a curl to the house. He can take a go route to the house. Like he has size. He has athletic ability.
Fearless.
He's a complete package.
Yeah.
There's nothing that he cannot do. He'll run away from you. He'll jump over you. Wow. You're not like.
And he's not a huge guy. He's 6 foot. Yeah. You know?
Yeah, he's.
So then what does Higgins bring that he doesn't?
He's 6'5". He can run. He can run routes. 6'5" dude with 7-inch arms. The catch radius, right? Like that's all of this. Like, you know how hard it is to miss. Like, it's hard to miss with this if you're Cooper Rush, let alone if you're Joe Burrow. You know what I'm saying? He has really good hands. He's a dog. And so you put them out there. It's a matchup nightmare because you can't double both. And if you decide to take that safety and shift him on the other side to cover number one, Jamar Chase, and then you're telling your number two corner, good luck, because we over here with doubling him. Now you got to deal with Tee Higgins. I think the only thing that's really hindered Tee Higgins primarily has been his health. Is being able to, he has a slender frame, but his ability to stay healthy.
They don't follow receivers, do they? They generally play who's ever on their side.
Who?
Cowboys. So would they send
Trayvon
Diggs to their side? Or?
Diggs did that before.
Yeah.
He did that before. I remember there was one time when that was last year that they allowed Gilly was following A.J. Brown at like the second half of a game or something like that. Was it DK Metcalf? It was a bigger receiver, and Gilly was like, "Nah, I'm over here," and it shut down what he was able to do. They go my boy right there. They go.
Hey, chill.
All DLLS.
Oh my God, this dude got on the Rice hat.
Thought he was
his daughter. His daughter goes there.
Man, them Longhorns too arrogant to do stuff like that.
Yeah, Clarence Hill over at All City DLS Cowboys beat writer. But yeah, the thing
is a DLS big man shop.
Big man shop?
Yeah.
DLSS.
Yeah.
DLS.
That is the one.
So what do you like them to do better? Would you rather the top guy take him one-on-one or the top guy take the second man and you double the one-on-one?
When he said earlier, I would have loved to see what young Bill Belichick would have done to stop this duo, it would have been just that.
Yes,
it would have been. It would have been who is my number one corner, you take number two, and then now I'm going to double number one with my backup corner and the safety, and this now everyone else y'all got to do y'all job because we're gonna take at least one of these dudes out. Yeah. At least one of these dudes got to go out, and then we'll figure out the rest as we go along. But that's when he said that. My thought process was what you just said. That I would take my number one corner, put him on T. Higgins, and Diggs actually does really well with bigger receivers. It's the short, shifty, little quick guys that he struggles with.
Like you, Shannon.
And then just go and double the other one.
How you gonna come off the line? Show us how you gonna come off the line. You think you'll make it, Chad?
I'm gonna punch. Pow! Gone.
Yeah.
Just like
Looks great in the studio.
Until you got another man standing across from you. When you punch him, he punches back.
You're gonna take it to the Gatorade, Gatorade coolers. He's gonna grab
and just let you go.
Take you out to the Gatorade
cooler.
I lost a friend behind that very same. I lost a deal. Alvin Bailey was his name.
Is that the guy you talked about?
The guy that was the out guy like Jesse was on the punts. Mm-hmm. And I told him, I said, man, I'll get you, And
you put hands on him.
And I put hands on him, and he never spoke to me again. Wow. Lost a friend behind that, man. Don't do it. Don't go.
Speaking of putting hands on folks, we've heard some talk recently that Mazi's getting a little bit better. What have you seen, Nate? Is he improving? Is it things he can work on and continue to build on?
I haven't watched that much of Mazi. I really haven't. Play after play like I used to when the season first started. I used to just play after play, just was fixating on this kid. So I said, you know what?
Give him a break.
Because between me and Jesse,
give yourself a break.
Do this, that, a chance.
Interesting that you asked about Mazi. I know Clarence just walked by, but Clarence wrote a story on Mazi. And you know the funny thing is, and I say the funny thing because I always get on Clarence about saying that on our show.
So the funny thing is,
when you're in the valley, like when you're in the valley,
right,
in the basement, you only got one place to go, and that's up. And for Mazi, I think you're seeing some of the, for example, one of Mazi's biggest issues, the ball is snapped and he's still in the stance. For whatever reason, he just would not be able to see the ball because he's right next to it, the ball being snapped and him moving as the ball is being snapped. What he's gotten better with is timing the ball being snapped. Because, and Nate will tell you this, if the ball is snapped and I got a half a step on you while you still in your stance, good luck.
Yeah.
Because now if you're rising up and I'm already up and I'm a half step stepping towards you, I'm driving you to the Gatorades. You're gone. There's no way. My step is already to that upfield shoulder. I got this hand getting ready to make contact with. You're done. You're done. We're in this close quarter in the phone booth combat type situation. And if you're late getting to combat, good luck. So that part he's been doing better with just getting off the ball. Ball snap, he's moving. Like he's moving when the ball is moving at the same time. And that has helped him get back at least to a fair advantage of strength versus strength. At least now I get a chance to initiate a little bit of my strength towards you. And that gives me a fighting chance. I'm going to win some of these. I'm going to win some of these battles because I've started out and we're at least even. Right? And like that's the part that he's at least gotten better in there. And then now you're starting to see he's getting some penetration. He's pushing some guys back because again, I'm starting when everyone else is starting. Yeah. So now we get to move and shake with you. And now I got Micah back. So guys are shifting, lines are shifting, guys are going here. We're playing some games. So now because I'm moving when everybody else is moving, I get an edge. If I get an edge, then maybe I get around you.
Now I'm making where my linebacker can't be wrong. Because he's pushing the guy back. And once you push your guy back, now the linebacker's coming downhill. He can see what the running back see, and he can react to that. Whereas before you pushing back on top of me, I'm the linebacker going over the hump. The back, he's playing the game. I'm going where you ain't. So it gives the linebacker a chance to win.
So for him,
he's doing better.
He's gotten better in that aspect. And that's a plus. Now, it ain't what we needed.
Yeah.
Right.
Work in progress.
You know, but it gives him a fighting chance. You not getting off the ball in time. I'm telling you, it's someone
That's
punching
simple.
you in the it's someone punching you in the face and then you bring up your arms. You're knocked out. You know? So that's a small thing that he's been able to do that I've seen over the last couple of weeks is just getting off the ball. And with that, you got a fighting chance. And now you got to start putting some other things together. And when you play better competition, can you sustain it? So for Mazi, you know, and he's feeling good, and I get it. We pile on to Mazi, and sometimes it's low hanging fruit. It's easy target because you were a first round pick, and everybody wanted you and expected you. This team expected you to be a player, a significant player. We've been asking for a big greasy in the middle, hell, since I've been on this show. And you were supposed to be that guy, whether it was 1 or 3 or however they wanted to play. You were supposed to give them something on the inside, and you hadn't for a year and a half. And so, you know, having these couple of games may continue to give him confidence, But one of the things that he has been doing is, like I said earlier, is getting off the ball when everybody else is.
All right, fellas, good stuff. Tomorrow, give us a call. We will take phone calls, get your score predictions, give you ours. No show on Monday, so tomorrow's the last show till Tuesday. Monday night game at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Cannot wait. Nate's really.
I ain't trying to say Joe Burrow's the best, but man, since my boy in Philadelphia left, I got that's my man.
Are you gonna be at the stadium?
At the stadium outside in the cold.
Are you? You get to in the cold. You ain't gonna like that.
I ain't gonna like it, but I'm gonna have to do it.
Woo! But you get to see Joe Burrow in person. Where do y'all go inside to watch?
We go
the
up
game?
to the press box.
So you go to the press box and get to watch it?
I sit over there with the security because I like to talk, and they don't up there in the press box.
They don't like you to talk. So you watch it on the TV?
I watch it on TV with the folks.
Nice.
Yeah.
Chris, thanks for keeping us on the air. Jazz and Josh, thanks for keeping them company. We will be back tomorrow with score predictions on Friday. Happy Thursday.
101 to 100?
Oh, Lord.
Wow.
101 to 100. All right. Be back tomorrow. Hang with the boys.
We better score often.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!